Hello, everybody. Why should he provide although you have more than enough money? If you're a high-achieving woman earning six-figure and above, you have more than enough money for yourself, you might ask yourself, okay, so I'm affluent myself. I'm having my six, seven-figure income. I can pay everything I want. I have my investments. But why should I get a provider then? And I will tell you why. The number one reason is for polarity, so that you have the forever after romance. And the second reason is to have a healthy relationship with a healthy man. I will get into that in detail in a second. Okay. But let me start with my sharing that when I myself stepped to a point where my path of least resistance of my income was my own kind of like money and income, I even faced this blockage of I can now buy myself everything I want, every trip, every bag, every luxury thing. And I literally faced a resistance of receiving luxury items and luxury treatment from men when my own business exploded, which was last year. last year. And I really had to dig deep myself. So first of all, if you have an abundant mindset, the money will come through you to the path of least resistance. It will be provided for through the man, through your business, through whatever. So the money will come to you. It's your abundant mindset. And yet I myself was facing the resistance that, but I'm so affluent now. Like, should I still receive the treatment? Honestly, I was even doubting myself, like, should I receive all of this luxury treatment because I can so easily pay it myself, right? Like, I can so easily just go buy myself a bag, a new car here and there. I mean, I'm earning so much more than just even a car is worth in a month. So that was the big question. And I believe many of you ladies, if you're really high achieving, you have a great job, or you have your own great, amazing business, right? You might be like, but maybe it's not that important that he provides. I really like this guy and he likes me and we click, we can laugh. Well, I tell you one thing. If you are happy with dating, being the masculine in the relationship, being the provider, even if you provide for yourself, yeah. But if you're happy with 50-50 or being the masculine with a man who's leaned back with more like a friendship, okay, then I'm happy for you. And also if you're happy being the masculine of you provide for him, you do stuff for him, you call and text him, and he's not gonna do this back. He's gonna be lazy, he's gonna lean back, he's gonna receive what you offer. If you're happy with that, great. But if you feel resentful, if you feel like I actually want him to treat me well, I want him to buy me this bag, I want him to pay for everything, not because I need it, but because it just makes me feel so good, then you definitely, your heart desire is to be the feminine role. There's nothing right or wrong, but just listen to your heart desire. And that was for me too, where I was like, yeah, for the first time of my life, I actually can buy myself everything luxurious that I want to buy myself. And yet it just makes me feel good and happy to be provided for. It just makes me feel good when the man steps up, when the man provides the bag, when the man provides the treatment, when the man pays for my living, for everything that I desire, right? And I really come to a point where I had to own it. I just desire it. And this is something that I really, really want. This is my heart desire. And yeah, even if I can do it myself, it just makes me happy when a man provides for me, and I'm gonna own it. So own. I don't know why it was with me last year. I was so good receiving money and providing if I didn't have it myself. But once I stepped into literally calling a lot of money to my own business, I did have a time where I faced shame of receiving stuff from the guy, although I can pay myself everything. Okay. And I was just like, no, I'm just gonna put light on that. There was just a limiting belief, and I'm just going to allow the providing as a cherry on top. Just like you have the cake, right? You're the cake, but you just put the cherry on top. Okay, so first of all, I had to own it. Okay, so I owned it. Secondly, again, as I'm talking always to my one-on-one clients, that your relationship with money is your relationship with money. So if you are in abundance with money, the abundance will come through. So the path of least resistance. Is it the man? Is it your business? Is it something else? It's going to come to you anyways. So it's not like if you have a survival mindset about money, no man can rescue. Like I had clients coming to me being like, I want a millionaire because then I will be rich. And I'm like, we have to work on your money mindset. And when we work on the money mindset, and this is how they were able to receive the providing and the support from the masculine, mostly from the men, but sometimes it came through a different source. So no man can rescue you from that. So your money mindset has to improve in order to be able to be a match for a millionaire anyways, okay? But the other reasons why I believe providing is so important in a relationship is the polarity part, okay? If you want a juicy relationship where you are the feminine, like you can just be the masculine, but you decide you want to be the feminine, you want to receive, you want to have this honeymoon forever after, the polarity of you receiving, his giving, and there's like this tension and attraction and juiciness, he has to be providing, okay? He has to be giving to you, and you're the receiver. And so many ladies think, oh, but receiving is bad. I learned from my mom. I learned from society I have to give. Yeah, but then you will find a man who's in his feminine. He will receive. You might have the polarity, but then you will feel resentful and angry that how come I'm providing and he isn't? Because yeah, you're the masculine. So that's how it comes. And if you want attraction, one of you has to be receiving. There is no giver without a receiver. So you have to be receiving for the sake of polarity. And providing isn't just money. It's the leadership, support in everything. Just like this picture here, I can put it on the wall. Like, yeah, I can like hang it on the wall. But if I want a man to provide and help me, I would ask him, I'm like, can you do that? You know, he would like provide the support. Providing is not just money. Money comes in place when he wants to make you happy or buy you something that, you know, involves money. Okay. So that's the thing. It's about you being the magnet and receiving. Just like I'm always teaching women to become the magnet to men, becoming the magnet to money, becoming the magnet to the relationship, to your clients. It's the polarity thing. So you have to be like open to receive and be the magnet. Okay. For the polarity sake. Okay, so even if you yourself have a lot of money, like overflowing money already, great, I'm happy for you. Still ask him to give to you. Asking is a feminine trait, it's not a masculine trait. Demanding is a masculine trait. Demanding, expecting, okay, but if you kindly ask, it's a feminine trait. You ask for the support, ask for the money for the sake of polarity. So again, I'm going to repeat myself. Even if you make a lot of money, if you want polarity in relationship, you let him provide. And the last point is for the sake of the man being healthy. And from my own mentors, I've heard this already years ago, and I didn't really understand the topic back then so much, unless I really so I'm a person, I always question statements, you know. So I like to question stuff. Although I learned from books, mentors, all of those things since so many years, I always like to question. And then there was the statement of a healthy man is a provider, a healthy masculine man. And I was like, let me question that. Let me go into research. I think in my other life, I would be a scientist. In school, I was always like, I would always learn about science, and I would always be so good in science. I even studied university about science. So anyways, I'm always doing research. So I was like, okay, let me just witness how men behave, how relationships are when a man isn't providing. And I realized most men who don't build themselves up into being a provider, they are not healthy. They're literally predators. I'm going to make another video about predator versus provider. But if a man doesn't build his career up in order to be a provider for his wife and children, he's mostly going to use women and children, maybe not children, but like at least women, for his own pleasure. So that's like the trait of a predator. So a man knows, like a healthy man knows he has to provide. He just knows. He just builds himself up since 10, 20 years to be able to provide. Okay, so that is why it is a test of healthiness, because a healthy man knows it's his job to provide and protect. He knows subconsciously. And if he didn't prepare for that, he's most likely not going to do that next year, because like he never got into the stage of a man. He's still a little baby who needs his mommy to provide for him, you know? Like, as unfortunate as it is. So even if you have so much money, even if you're a successful career woman, make sure you choose a provider, because it's a trait of healthy masculinity to provide and protect. A healthy man, it's his honor, his pleasure. He feels important, he feels needed, he feels like fulfilled when he's able to give. Okay. And I do have this side inside of me too, but I'm using that for my business, for my clients, I'm using that for my family. Okay. I'm really happy, like, if I can buy something for my mom, my sister, like, it really makes me happy, because I also own this like healthy masculine traits. Okay. So for the sake of a happy and healthy relationship, see if he's a provider and let him, although you can do everything yourself. Okay. And what else did I see? I've also seen that men who are kind of like healthy, yeah, oftentimes they had this modeling from his parents. So you can like see, how is he treating other people? Like, is he also providing for other people in his life? Doesn't always have to be money, remember, it just can be support. Is he a man that's like serving other people, right? Because if he's providing for others, he's gonna do the same for you. But if he is like kind of like acting, yeah, some men are also acting. So he might not be a provider, be really mean, but when he gets the cue that, oh, she likes provider men, I have to like provide for her. But then when you ask him, how did he treat his ex? How did he how does he show up in front of his mom? If he's like, taking advantage of the other girls, or if he's like not supporting his mother, not like supporting his family members, he's probably not a provider. He's just acting in the beginning. So make sure to witness, how is he treating other people. And one big factor, not always, sometimes people can level up, even the parents didn't model that, but oftentimes provider men will have parents, whether a father was really, really supportive, like really conscious, supportive, like just a healthy family structure. Okay. And I know it's not always true, because you have personal development, you have ways to level up, right? But the work that I do and you do, it's kind of rare. It's honestly just 2% of people who do this kind of inner work and level up. So that's why I still suggest you to look at the family kind of like behavior of his parents. What do they model for him? Because again, the normal standard is that we just copy our parents, and unless you do your inner parents kind of like behavior, unless you do your inner work, yeah, you do the coaching with me, for example, one-on-one and group coaching, we work on the conditioning, only then you change your behavior and like the way you see things. And the same thing is for him. So if his parents didn't model something healthy for him, it's gonna repeat that. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope that resonates. Let me know in the comments if this makes sense. Okay. And I am still having my Masterclass manifest. You can watch the replay. You will learn how to attract your millionaire man or whatever desire you have. And another point I want to announce quickly, the doors to my group coaching program On Your Throne are open right now. So if you desire closer guidance with me, feel free to reach out to my email address, ellie.taylor.coaching@gmail.com. The email is in the description box, okay? And other than that, thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video.